hasn't read the book, so she's finishing it.
No, I have read the book. I'm trying to, now that you remind me of Dick Fight Island, I was just like, maybe I should try and see if that's somewhere that we need to, like, I know that's going to end up being a book club book, blah, 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 book pick. I can't say it. I can't. Nope. So I was just going to try and look it up and, like, put it on my wish list so that I could, you know, look for a deal.
I mean, I wasn't going to put it as a late night special because it's a sequel. If people haven't read the first one, I don't want them to be
We
all...
did the first book already. That's their
You can
own
just
damn
put
fault.
the first one in the description.
Yeah.
Wow, Jen's like, I don't care.
That's like, I want to read this
We did
book.
the first one. Sorry you weren't here.
Well, that's like when we do, like, later in, oh my God, I can't, guys, I've had like 4 sips of this. I'm basically shot, okay?
You're getting your pre-ready for St. Patrick's Day.
I almost, like, 2 minutes before the live, I was like, I think I'm halfway through with this already. I'm like, I wonder if I could run really fast and grab a second one. I'm like, let's just not push myself yet, and we'll do that tomorrow.
Could you imagine Jen 2 Guinnesses in the live show?
No one would get a word in edgewise.
Nobody.
Nope.
Saturday, I might be a little tipsy. I won't lie to you. Saturday night, I might be a little tipsy.
Because it's your birthday!
I'm going to be 100% tipsy because my juice cleanse ends tomorrow, and it's the weekend. I get to drink. I'm like, yes! Hello, cool gamer. I've seen you before. Welcome back. All right.
With their Seaside series, that's what I'm sorry. Back to my original point. Before we
you
get
had
to
a point.
the book,
Sorry.
You read the first 6 of them last year, so technically, Pleading the Fish is a sequel, and we're going to be doing it like a month or 2 from now. So that's my thought process on Dick Fight Island 2. 1, 2, Julie and Lindsay probably has separate rules, so there is that as well. So you can argue that point if you like.
No, I'll allow it. It doesn't take much to convince me. You twisted my arm, Jen.
Come visit the cats. You're like, no.
I know. Jen got 2 baby kittens, if you haven't been following her social media. And I was like, she's basically making her house.
And
what are the names?
You know what? Just come over with an N95 mask. Don't touch your face and then shower immediately when you get home. You're going to be fine.
Wait, what?
I'm allergic to cats. Now she has 4 cats.
Oh, you're allergic to cats?
Yeah. I'm technically allergic to dogs too, but I have 2 dogs. So here we are.
There's that one scene in, what's the movie with Melissa McCarthy? Bridesmaids? Is that what it's called?
With the 9 dogs?
Yeah, she takes 9 dogs. And she's like, I think I should have taken like 6. I overcommitted. This is how I feel at the moment.
She's like, how many dogs did you get? 9. I took 9. I love it. That would totally be me with puppies, though.
But you can't separate, like, they were sisters. So it's like the guilt factor of like trying to separate the 2 of them. And then after they got here, it was just like, Jack, if you don't like them, like, I can't be the person to let them go, because at this point I know they would go to 2 separate homes and they'd be separated. And like, literally the thought of that crushes my heart. So I just, kill me first. I took my dogs away from their litter. Okay, bye. One at a time.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got a dog in high school, and he was a Yorkie, and found out that my neighbor, he was on my brother's hockey team. He ended up getting his brother, so we ended up like having little play dates and stuff. Not even knowing that they got the siblings.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
That's awesome.
I miss them. Yeah.
So the book, sorry. We did read things. I don't have.
Okay, the book is somewhere, but I didn't feel like getting it.
So I know. I was like, what book is that? Is that like a fancy copy?
I was like, first of all,
well, it's like, it's either you get a romance cover or like something like somewhat appropriate.
I mean, you had the right color scheme. You started
with the way that it was kind of blurred. I'm like, what's holding up?
Yeah. What version did you get?
I was like, I need to buy this copy.
I got Amari and the night.
I got it from the library.
It's an alternative erotica version. Amari is now like in college.
New age.
Oh my gosh, that's so bad.
Okay, but like I was the romance part of me. I was like Amari and Daniel.
What?
I was trying to see
What's it?
where Aaron, where you're at. Are you in like a
Oh, I'm
study?
in like a magical laboratory
Yeah,
or study
I like
or
it.
something. Yeah.
You're like in a wizard
Eh,
shop. I love
Yes.
Aaron's like StreamYard game is like next level.
I do the best
Like-
I can.
Sorry, hold on. Bree texted me.
Share with the class what happened.
Is Bree
This
jumping
was
in?
just good for
You're allowed
good
to.
for my brain though. I needed
what?
this for my brain. I'm reading like
Hold on,
4
hold on, Bree.
heavy books,
Mm-hmm.
and my brain is just 6. Like I can't. So this worked for my brain.
Mhm.
Got it.
What did
Bree, check
everyone give
Instagram.
it?
5.
What did everyone? I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
I gave it 5. 4.5.
4.45.
I gave it 4. I don't know what it was. Like, I really loved it. Again, I can't tell you. Like, maybe it was more of like a middle school book, and so I just didn't love it for that reasoning. And I found it slightly predictable. Like, I 100% spoiler alert guessed that Dylan was going to be the villain. Like, at first I thought maybe. Yeah.
Really?
Okay. So at first I thought
yeah.
it was the brother for a while, and then as soon as he met with the
thought it
one
was
guy
the
and they did the little
brother?
star thing, I was like 150% that's gonna be Dylan. Like maybe there's a small possibility that the brother could possibly be it, but I was like, no, Dylan gives me some like shady vibes. He's way too interested in helping out. Like,
Yep.
no, this guy is guilty
Yeah.
of all the things.
Yeah.
I was
And
thinking like, is this gonna be like a Draco and Hermione type situation where we do some enemy? I'm like, my romance brain is
I
like
thought
going
no,
off.
it's Draco and Harry,
I'm like,
isn't
is
it?
it?
That's the ship, isn't it? Right? That everyone
The
loves.
Harry, Draco, or
Oh my God!
Draco
and
and
Hermione,
Harry.
or Draco and Harry.
I like that one.
I don't mind
Right.
All
it.
4 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have...
I agree with you, Jen.
Yeah,
Or Draco and Harry. I don't mind. Oh, someone's not muted. Oh, wait, she was
no.
here. Okay,
Oh,
she's
no.
coming back. She's coming back. I text
Okay.
her. I remember I text her last. I was like, "Hey, you've read Amari and the Night Brothers. Do you want to be in the live stream?"
Sorry, my allergies are just horrible. 4 days ago it was 20 degrees, and today it was almost 80.
I
yeah,
get what
it's
you're
been
saying,
90.
Jen. Why you gave it
Feels
a
like
4.
80.
I felt
Yeah.
like it was a little bit long in parts,
Yeah.
For
and it
middle
really
grade,
felt like
yeah.
a setup for like a really great sequel. Because you don't get anything that really happens until they get like to the last 5 or 6 chapters.
Three
Where it's
fourths
like
of the
you know, like
way
the big reveals and everything. And I was like, oh, okay. I wish
Yeah,
I
like,
would
it
get a
was
little
the
bit
title.
more.
The title is Amari and the Night Brothers, but you don't really get
Much of the Night Brothers.
Night Brothers come at the end, right?
So like the end, yeah,
Like the last maybe 2-3 chapters, right? Ish.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it
Isn't
was
this just the last chapter?
I mean,
the
you get
second to last
the
chapter?
Yeah.
like what the Night Brothers and stuff actually are and everything, and you get that explanation. But I was expecting like this big battle with her and a bunch of the Night Brothers, not just like one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Hi,
why I was
Bree.
just like, I was
Sorry.
slightly underwhelmed, but I was also very much entertained. So I'm finding it very hard to get back into YA. Like, I'm going through a romance kick, like a historical. So anything like not romance genre ish is like not getting a great rating from me right now, just because I feel like it's where I'm at, and I'm not with it. But it was really good. Like, I very much enjoyed it. I hope that we do the sequel. I think I looked it up and it comes out in September.
August.
August. That was
August.
close.
Yeah,
It was
Liz
supposed to
was
come out
really
in
good.
like April, and then they moved it like twice.
Yeah,
Bitches.
everything gets pushed back with the.
Yeah.
Hi, Cache. Cache and I just
Hey,
dropped
Cache.
announcement videos today, so check those out.
I love the
Thanks,
naked
Self-pleasure.
cover. Can I just say how much I love the naked cover? Oh my God.
Ooh.
The naked cover is just so cute.
Oh, if I. Oh,
It's one of the. It's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those that I'm just like, maybe I want to take the cover off because it's
I do like that.
It's so like it's so simple,
Simple.
but so elegant. I
yeah.
love it. Pat's here. Hi, Pat.
Hi.
Okay, September. Okay.
Can't wait for it. Great comes out. Oh, in September. Okay, so it's a
Oh,
month.
I
later.
wonder if I can pre-order it now. Get on the waiting list early. Suckers. Gotta beat out everybody.
Suckers.
Why'd you sign up and you still get it? You still have to wait a long time.
I know, right? I finally, Nicole, do you want to tell the story about how you got it before me?
I like how you were so worried because the last live show, she was like, I hope I get the audiobook soon because I have a hold on it through Libby. And I was like, the next day, I was like, guess what just came through with my Libby?
Bitches.
I really like the
I'm
audiobook though.
so sorry.
Yeah,
I
The
totally
audiobook
meant
was
to.
done
Audiobook is
well.
amazing.
My question for you, Fiona, was she supposed to be Scottish because she said ye a lot, but she had a very American accent? And
I
that
was wondering
bothered
that
me.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, just enough accent to like make you think that, but yeah, not really much of
It
the
actually kind of got on my nerves halfway
vibe.
through. I'm like,
Yeah, every time she said ye, I was like, if you were saying it in a Scottish tone, I would have allowed it. But she kept saying it, and I'm like, this is very odd. Like, I put a recommendation through, so I'll be ready whenever everybody else is. I do like the cover. Here, let me see.
I
if
really
I can show
enjoyed
you
the audiobook as well.
It's pretty.
Bree, what
Ooh.
did you rate it?
Shit, I can't. It was either a 4.5 or 5. Let me check.
You might have rounded it up on Goodreads.
Yeah, I typically round up on.
Yeah.
Goodreads. Let me check
Me
my
too.
story graph.
the audiobook narrator though actually sounded like a kid because there's a lot of books that like you listen to the audio and you can tell it's an adult trying to act like a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it just
gave
doesn't
it
sound right. It
You
just
gave it
doesn't
what?
sound right.
5 stars.
Nice.
Nice.
I think the reason why I love this book is because I didn't get a chance to really read as a kid. And I went into this thinking about like my younger self and would she have loved this? And she would have loved every part of it down to the skin color, the description of the hair types. I just felt like I was more able to see myself in a series like this than in like HP. I just felt like this is what I would have needed. You know what I mean? To see brown girls doing magic and being like, I'm going to protect my brother. And I also have that protective kind of relationship with my older brother. He's literally 1 year older, but he acts like he's 40 years older. He's not. But I just felt like I was riding with Amari. And I think someone earlier said that you thought it was going to be like more Night Brothers. That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be her against a gang of mugs. And that just
Yeah.
It's going to happen in book 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. We don't know what Cousin BB is giving us.
Do we know how many books are in the series or supposed to be in the series?
It only
don't
said
know.
1 of 2 when I was on there. Let me see if I can get a better idea. I wasn't on Goodreads.
I know the second one's coming out, but I didn't see it.
The third one is listed on Goodreads, but it just says untitled.
Okay.
So
maybe a trilogy or more.
Maybe I mean, I wouldn't mind a saga. You know,
Me either.
As I was reading this, I loved it, enjoyed it. 5 stars.
Yeah.
This was amazing. And I have not read and felt magic like this since HP. You know, when I read that when I was, you know, little baby, you know. So I was like, this was amazing. I really loved it. I really enjoyed like just being kind of like thrown into everything like Amari was and learning stuff. And she really was thrown into it, you know, like crash course, like this 2-week, and then you're like a junior, you know, like
agent,
junior agent. I'm just like, wow. But yeah, it was very fast paced. I don't really feel like it was too long. I feel like it never once was boring for me. The pacing was great. Whenever it was kind of like, okay, this is like Explain-O land, a little bit too much, bam, action. I felt like it came at just the right time where it held your attention and it really just gave you such wonderful, magic, whimsical atmosphere. I was immersed in it. It was fantastic.
It owes me nothing.
Nothing at all. And honestly, Jenja, when you said you called the ending, I was completely fooled. I was like, Dylan? What?
Okay, I was fooled too. I was like,
I thought it was
shipping
the
these
brother
two.
to the very end. I was like, yeah, the brother's on bullshit. Like it's the brother for sure. And it was fake news. Also, Aaron, describe to us what's going on with your picture. What's happening here? This is some fancy stuff you got going on.
This is a Google image of a Wizard Workshop, and then I put the cover up here so folks can see the cover the whole time.
Wow, you fancy.
He is
That's what I
live
said.
from he is live from the school right now.
Yes.
No.
Oh, crap. Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, oh, wait.
I know you're not old. I don't know how old you are. But Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But watch
Like, I'm
Lovecraft
loving
Country.
what they're
That's a
doing
great
in middle
show.
grade now.
I do want to watch Lovecraft Country. Okay.
It is so
I have
good.
it on my wish list on HBO Max. I'm planning on watching it next week.
No, Aaron is live from the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs from
Yes.
Amari and the Night Brothers.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Okay,
Can we just
question.
talk about the humor a little bit in this?
Oh, sure.
I thought,
Yeah.
like
Yes. We can talk about whatever you want.
when she meets all the heads of the departments and meets the guy that's the head of the death department, and his name is Mr. Grip. Like, for some reason, that made me laugh way too hard than it probably should have, but I don't know why. But I was just like, my 8-year-old brother would love this for that kind of humor.
Yeah.
That's all I kept on thinking was like, I can't wait till he's a little bit older so I can just be like, here.
I
read this.
really
Yeah.
loved all the callbacks to like the like old classics like Van Helsing, Sherlock Holmes, like
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like the Night Brothers, they're kind of like comparing them to vampires because they drink the blood of the young or the innocent, I should say. And I was like, okay, so that makes sense that like their number one foe is going to be Van Helsing because Van Helsing was the vampire killer. I was like, that is just amazing. That's just
Yeah.
great.
And wasn't one of them named Vlad even?
Yes, Vladimir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vladimir.
I'm glad.
Yep.
I was like, oh, that's so great. Oh, that's amazing.
I love when someone compared it to Men in Black. Like the feel, the vibe of the book. I was like,
Yes.
oh, I
That's
can
what I got.
kind of
Oh,
like when
yeah.
someone said that, I was like, I see that. Like I
See it.
get that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it does give me that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like Will Smith. Hey, Will Smith, come on,
Yeah.
adapt this. Come on.
Yep.
Yep.
You already did Bel Air. Come on.
When I was searching for this cover image, I think some movie studio picked it up, and Don Cheadle's going to be a character in it. I imagine the investigator guy. It's kind of
Wait a
romantic.
minute. Say that one more
That
time.
would be awesome.
Cousin Don? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
That is
Oh my-
awesome.
This is
Don
amazing. Because I know Raybearer and Beasts of Prey are getting, and Children of Blood and Bone
Yeah, they all three
are
of them
getting
got picked up.
adapted too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Didn't Children of Blood and Bone get picked up like 4 or 5 years ago when it's moved like 4 different studios because no one's done anything with it?
Well, I was going to
Yeah.
ask, is it in production or did they just buy the rights to it? Because anyone can
bought
buy
the-
the rights to it, but
Yeah.
The first company bought the rights to it, let it lapse, and then I don't know where it is now. That's the last thing I heard
I think
for
this
Children
would
of Blood and Bone.
awesome as a
I
I
movie.
just want my
Yeah.
Aru Shah movies. I want those to get made
Yes.
ASAP.
They would be.
Yeah.
Are
Oh
they
my
doing movies
goodness.
for it? Are they
No,
doing
that would
movies?
be that would be
Yeah.
great though.
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
would.
loving like the diverse wave of middle grade fantasy. Like with
Yes.
Amari and then the Riordan Presents. I'm like, I wish I had, like Bree, you were saying, like I wish I had this stuff. Because I just had Percy Jackson
Yep. And what's that about?
and Harry Potter. So it was so nice to see like a character like this in her own world that isn't something like a Harry Potter ripoff.
Yeah.
I also feel like Rick Riordan owes us a series that's focused on Grover. He
Yes.
owes that.
I
Oh
agree.
yeah.
He owes that.
If not
I
a
feel like
series,
you
at
know-
least a book.
Mhm.
Yeah, or
I
no,
also feel
yeah.
like our cousin Don is so underrated, and it pisses me off. And then
Mhm.
two, if the lady isn't Angela Bassett and Raybearer, I don't want to watch it because in my mind, there's no other lady. There's no other lady playing that role. I'm sorry.
Now when I read it, I'm just gonna imagine Angela Bassett.
Right? If it's Angela, I want it.
Don Cheadle and Mary St. Martin bought the rights to make the movie. That's awesome. That's great.
Oh, really? I didn't.
This
I
would be a
didn't-
fantastic.
That's good. It's gonna be a slam dunk.
That's what I was
As a
thinking
movie.
reading it. I was like, this would be a great movie. Like, not even
Oh, yeah.
realizing it was already bought.
Yeah, they
Movie
wouldn't
or
even have to
show?
cut much.
Or a TV
Yeah.
show, yeah.
No.
Ooh, a TV show would be good. Like one of the like what they did on Netflix, like an 8-episode thing. I feel like it would have good pacing for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it'll
especially
probably
if
be picked
they,
up by Disney Plus.
Wait, what'd you say?
I have a feeling it might be picked up by like Disney Plus.
No, I hope not.
Oh,
They
no,
would
no. I
ruin
want to
it.
go to Netflix. I want Netflix.
Yeah.
I
Netflix.
want Netflix.
Disney made
or
me angry with
Crypto.
Love, Simon. They made me
Yeah.
angry with what they did with Love, Simon. They're like, we can't put it on Disney Plus because it's too adult.
No.
And then I
feel
watched the show, I'm like,
I feel like if Netflix pick it up, I want it to be done like that. Wings. What is it? Fix. Oh my God! It's like the fairies. You know what I'm talking about?
that fairy show.
You're thinking of
I
Prime.
want
Is
it
it Prime?
to be picked
Yeah.
up and paced like that. I really,
With the
I've
Orlando
never
Bloom guy?
seen that prior. It was good.
Carnival Row?
No, it was
That's
something.
what I'm thinking of.
No, is it like the
Yeah.
Winx Chronicles or something like that?
No, it's like those. It used to be a cartoon. That's what I saw, and then they turned it into a TV show, and it was like the Wings Saga of the Winx. Okay. I suck. I'm gonna look it up.
I was like, I don't think it's Shadow and Bone, but I'm like, I'm gonna throw it out there just in case.
No.
I feel like
It
I've
used
seen
to
the.
be-
I feel like I've seen the
it
one
used
you're
to be a
talking
cartoon.
about, Bree.
It's on my fave. It's on. Hold on. Let's
Okay.
see if Netflix is gonna give us what we need to
Netflix.
proceed, because it's been a struggle.
My washi.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, I like that picture. That's
I
something that the
know.
audiobook doesn't have. Rude.
It's
It
like
had
green.
I was like, I have the
illustrations.
book from the library, but I didn't actually open it because I listened to the audio.
Well, I love
Hey.
the illustrations too.
I love the little chapter headers. Each chapter header was
Yeah.
different.
The Winx Club. There we go. Thank you.
The Links Club.
Winks.
Winks.
There's a comment. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh,
And
here we
each
go.
chapter
Thanks,
header
Peter.
had to do with something in that chapter, which I like.
Yes. I thought it was adorable.
I didn't even
Yeah,
tab
I just-
anything really because I read it so fast. I just
Yeah.
sat down.
I
and read
love how they got to blurb the front cover, like Angie and Nick Stone. I was like,
Yes.
I'm like,
yeah.
just take my money. If Angie Thomas tells me to read a book, I will read that book. Isn't she coming up for
You're like,
middle
yes.
grade too?
Did
I
y'all
think so.
did y'all think the way, like, the reason why I kept saying like Harry HP could never with this book is because I think the way they did the messaging was just a bit better. I don't know how to explain that more, because you know how like in HP they like will send like an owl or be like that thing that talks and it crumbles itself up after them screaming up at you. But I really like the way the messages was like given to Amari from her brother. Kind of.
Yeah.
I like that part. That set up better. I hope that made sense. But who knows?
Yeah,
I like the
definitely.
technologists too, like how they
Yes.
use technology
The
in the
tech
book. I was like,
magic
usually books are
magician,
like,
yeah.
I don't want to. Usually books are like throw out the cell phones, but like
Yeah.
this guy like
Yeah.
you get like tap into your. I was like, oh, that's cool.
And
Yeah,
that's,
whenever it's
that
like-
was Go ahead, Nicole.
No, go ahead, Aaron.
Well, that
I
was
talked.
another big clue about that it was Dylan that was the bad guy, because him and his sister
Yeah.
are both technologists.
Oh.
It's a little too suspicious
Yeah.
there.
I
Well,
didn't
you
even
know
I didn't even
what?
pick up on that until you said
I
that.
just, I was just like, you know what? It makes sense. They're family. They'll have the same wizard blood.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm just like, yeah, that's totally fine. Dylan couldn't do that. He wouldn't betray Amari, and I was betrayed.
Yeah.
Was betrayed.
Yeah.
My ship was sunk by his actions.
I was like,
Right,
are you
right.
kidding?
When you think about it, like if we take away our adult frontal lobe fully developed, assuming now,
Yeah.
and we go back to our childhood eyes, do you think it still would have been like, oh, I see this ending?
No.
Absolutely no.
I think it would have been a
Because, yeah.
surprise.
Yeah, because the child in me would have just wanted a friend, and Dylan was the friend until that point.
Damn.
Yes.
I loved her dragon roommate. I'm gonna say that too.
Oh, yeah.
I
That
want a
was
side
great.
story of the roommate. She was hysterical. Like I want her own
Oh,
book. She was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
As soon as they
I
said
want
to
this book to have a little, stories in the middle.
Mhm.
Yeah, as soon as they said that, like, she figured out her secret that she had to give to the person, as soon as she figured that out, where she was like, oh, yeah, the only reason I haven't turned yet is because I have to do something heroic. And I'm like, by the end of this, you're going to do something so badass that you're just going to turn into a dragon. Like, I know this already. And I can't wait for it. I'm here
Me
for it. Like,
too.
give me my popcorn. Like, what moment is this happening at?
Yeah. I totally forgot about the dragons. The whole time I was like, and there's dragons?
Yes.
Because I watch Merlin like it's my job. And I get pissed when the dragon don't appear. I'll be like, really? I got to get through 18 episodes for the dragon to come back?
Honestly, I just love how, like, her friendship with, her name is Elise, right?
I'm really bad with names. Don't ask me names when I listen to an audiobook, okay?
It's like, you know, like, why is, like, every single student in both of her schools, both her, like, human school and then in this, like, supernatural school, so mean. Like, kids are jerks. Like, oh my God.
I wanted to
Laura,
punch that
I just wanted to punch her in the face. I've never wanted to drop kick a kid so bad.
Yeah.
I agree with Amari. I remember my mom's like advice to me, like, if you're gonna get in a fight, do it without with the teacher looking, so then you can't say, like, so you can get out of it. I was like, Amari, I would have much worse to that bully at your your school. I'm like, what you do?
My dad said, never
did not tell me that. She said, whoop they ass or I'm gonna whoop your ass. That's how it went down in my household.
Yeah. My dad said never start a fight, but finish it. So
that's exactly what my dad said. He said, I don't care who punches first, but you need to be on top. But all right,
finish that fight, you know.
Yeah. Said never start a fight, but finish it. I'm like, okay, Dad.
I don't know if it's the adult in me, but the whole time I'm like, wow, when people write middle grade books like that, that parent is nowhere to be seen. And I'm like, a Black mother is letting this happen and she don't know nothing? Like, that was just my only critique. Like, a Black mom out here, not like living.
Nah, they'd be all up in that school.
Right. My mama would have been pulling up like, I guess we living here together. You go to my granny
going to class together.
My cousins would have showed up. They'd have been like, we up in that thing as a family.
As long as you don't start it, you won't get in trouble. She kept her word. Yep. Alicia. I was about to say, like, aren't you sprinting?
Yeah. Ashley's sprinting too.
Ashley is? Yeah. Oh my gosh, so funny. But yeah, like, her mom, she was working. So she said she worked 12-hour shifts 5 days a week. I'm like, I worked 12-hour shift 3 days a week and I was tired.
Yeah. But
that third 12, I'm like,
I can also understand the mom also not being there, because my mom worked a lot as a kid and her big thing was like, we poor, we don't have a lot of money. If I got to come to school because you're acting a fool and being a class clown, I'm going to whoop you in front of the class. And she kept her word. She did that 2 times. That was embarrassing. But it had to happen. I didn't do it no more after that second time. I swear to God, I do no more.
You learned your lesson, though.
Right. I like how the mother enlisted the neighbor to keep an eye out on Amari. Like, like, you know that neighbor's gonna be all gossiping and tell everyone.
Neighbors, they see you on the roof.
Like, there's eyes everywhere.
You live in.
So I thought the neighbor was coming back because she was a witch, right?
Yeah.
So I thought she was going to tie in again, maybe in book 2.
Yeah, maybe. I think we're going to get more. I think book 2 is going to be good unless it gets, what do y'all call it? Something syndrome?
Middle book syndrome?
Middle book syndrome.
The second book slump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see more Jaden, too.
Oh, I loved how that ended with her bringing in Jaden. I'm like, yes!
Returning the favor like Quentin did to her, and now, like, she's doing it for Jaden. I was like, oh.
And I really like that they focused on, like, a sibling relationship. They usually, in the middle grade we grew up with, they didn't have.
Yeah.
The sibling was a little brat, so
yeah,
it was nice to actually have a, like, competent sibling relationship where they looked out for each other.
And
That
then
is
Liz,
a really
this
good
comment
point.
here.
That's a really good point. I feel like a lot of books that I've read of middle grade, it's just the only child, and you see the kid moving as an
Yes.
only child.
Yep.
Most people I know are not an only child, but there are only childs out there. So I always felt like I didn't quite relate there. But then, or there's been like books I've read, and I'm thinking about like Rick Warden and the Present series of like either they're the only child or they don't know that they got a sibling and they got to go through hell and back to then be like, oh, you was my brother, you were my sister type shit. Or they're just like getting some founded family who could be siblings sort of adjacent, a Rusha kind of situation.
Right. Yeah. So always like single or like only child, but then and always like Liz here, genre, the parents are always absent or on the edges, you know, like I think like we do see that a lot, especially in these middle grades that we've been reading, at least Bree, with the Rick Riordan or Uncle Rick read along. So
that's what I really like with the middle grades that are coming out now. Like you don't have to worry about them being as questionable as the middle grade books we grew up with. Like I feel completely comfortable handing this to my 8-year-old little brother compared to like, Harry Potter when we were kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Also in the Keeper of the Lost City series, Found Family. Oh, okay.
Has anyone read that series? I know it's like a bajillion books right now.
Bajillion. No, I have not.
No, because I remember when it came out, there was a whole controversy. It was like,
really?
It's elves. I think it's the elves. Like, I think the heroine realizes that she's half elf or something, and she goes to like a magical school, and she's like super powerful, and she can basically like do any power that she needs. And that's what I remember. I remember there was a whole controversy that was like kind of like racist a little bit. Because the way she was just like the way she described something, I forgot what it was. I know a lot of people love it. They're chunkers too. I've seen those books. They're long for middle grade.
How are they? I have not read those. No.
I don't know why you saying they're chunkers made me think of this, but I have to update you. So last time I was very upset. This is like a complete takeaway from the book. This is the Guinness taking over, but I have to share this. It's also kind of wonderful news. So the new Jennifer L. Armentrout book came out, The Two Queens.
What happened with that?
Okay, so they tried to charge me $27, so I returned the audiobook.
They tried to charge me $27.
No. So then my pre-order of the ebook came through because my hardback wasn't going to come here till May, and I was just like, I can't wait that long. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get caught up, and I want to know answers in order. So I got an email, and it's like, you've been charged $7. I was like, $7 for what? And then you look it up, and you're like, oh yeah, this book that I pre-ordered, great. But then I was on the webpage, and it said that I could get the ebook or the audiobook for $1.99. And I was like, I was fooled. So I hit sold and I checked, I screenshotted it. And then like I went into my email and it did say $1.99. So it did hold true because the Kindle version had come to me at that point, but I screenshotted that and I made sure the next day that they did not charge me more than $1.99 plus tax. And I got it for like $2. So it was a good thing that it actually charged me $27 the first time because I saved what I think originally it was only going to be an $8 thing, but now it was only $2 with tax. So wonderful ending to that horrible story.
Yeah.
But people are like, I think people are angry about that book, right? It's
people
like
are angry because they're like, yeah. Well, people are angry because
they're like, in the book or something.
There is a threesome, but did you read books 2 and 3? It's completely leading up to a threesome. Like, are you blind? Like, I don't understand.
I mean, the ratings are like 3.4, which I was like, dang.
It's like, did you or did you not read the previous? It's like, did you or did you not read the previous 2 books? Like, yes, there is a threesome coming. How are you surprised? Like, I don't understand. They legit had a conversation about how it would be great if all of them had sex. Like, I don't understand how this is new information. I don't.
I'm in the beginning of the second book. What?
Was that
Sometimes you gotta pop that thing.
Yeah. But I'm not even halfway through the second book, and just like the relationship, I'm assuming, because I haven't gotten there, it's between the guy that's got a relationship with the wolf, like a thing, and the girl. Like, it makes sense. Like, the relationship between these two guys would be a perfect thing to add a woman into the middle. Like, put me in the meat in that sandwich. I would love to be there. Make me that person. I'm here for it. How could you be upset? Nobody can be. Nicole, you were 100% right. I haven't gotten there yet, but like, reading it right now, I'm just like, I really hope at one point they all break down and she's cold at night and they gotta keep her warm.
Okay. You better get it.
Honestly, I don't understand how anybody.
I'm looking forward to it now. Now that I know what I'm looking forward to.
Same. I was like, maybe
I thought I was going to get it in book 3. I thought I was going to get it in book 3, and I was mad when I didn't get a threesome in book 3.
Wow.
Those books are
now it's the opposite. So everyone's mad when
Everyone
we're
is
happy.
upset. Yeah, I don't.
I don't see how they wouldn't see it coming. Like, the fact, as soon as you said threesome, I'm like, I know the exact 3 people it is. I really hope it's the 3 people I'm thinking of, because there's only 3 people that it could be. And it's being set up at this time. I'm here for it. I'll captain that ship. Let's just plow through the other ones. You bitches, get out the way. You will. No. Sorry.
That should be a
It's
clip. Like, you bitches move out of the way.
That's the Guinness talking. That's not Jen.
And this is only one
Guinness. Like, double stuff. I ain't judging.
Double stuff. Honestly, why choose? # why choose? Like, why are we mad that there's a threesome happening? Why?
I'm
Are we back there?
if it's done well.
Exactly. If it's done well, perfect.
It doesn't need to be done well.
Sometimes I fantasize by being in a poly relationship without sex, and it's just great. It's like me and 2 other guys, and we're just doing life together, and they give me kisses, and they hug me when I want, and we cook and go shopping. It's just like really cool.
It's just really cool. Honestly,
Without,
I don't want to.
Without the bing bong.
Without?
Maybe a bing bong on occasion, but not like a consistent thing that's going on. For sure.
Nicole, your face. You're like, are you sure about that?
Sorry, my face talks before my mouth. But I was like, you don't want the sex?
No.
Nicole's like, send them my way.
Sometimes it's just better to have extra hands around to help you do the chores.
Extra
right.
I heard extra hands, and I did not think chores.
I'm like, extra hands. Yes. Oh, chores. Got it. Yeah, sure. Maybe one of them, since there's 2, maybe one of them will do a dish every now and then. I don't know.
No, but I would also need so there's 3 guys, so I'm gonna for sure need multiple bedrooms. Like, they're going to need a bedroom for themselves. I'm going to need a bedroom for my books. And then I'm going to need another one for my plants. So, like, it's going to just have to be a thing. And they're not allowed to come in those rooms. So, like, and I really need me time. So it'll have to be a schedule. Like, one of them can hang out on Monday. One can hang out on Tuesday. One can hang out Wednesday. But Thursday to Sunday is me. You know what I mean?
You need, like, a rotating roster.
Amen.
Thursday to Sunday is just me.
And if they try to come on that Thursday shit, then I gotta let them loose, because clearly they didn't respect the boundaries.
They're not respecting boundaries. 100%. You would be in your.
But they also have to be prepared in case if you feel like a feisty mood, and then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna need someone to come up to bat.
I could
only on my terms.
Tickets, like they have tickets of like when a booty call might be preferable. You know what I mean? It could be a word. So I might be like, you smell eggs? But not eggs, probably. What smells good? Grilled chicken. And then grilled chicken. They're like, you are the grilled chicken. And then we can get into it. But like, I need to plan it out. Like, you can't be running this grocery truck anytime you feel like it. I know that thing back there be moving. And several cups have sat on it. But what you not gonna do is just ease up on me in the shower. Like, you gotta chill. You know what I mean? Like, I was just watching 50 Shades of Grey, and she was me in the shower with him, and I was like, wow, that man could have wanted to be alone, and you just came in the shower and shit, catching him on his burns and shit. Like, we don't give a fuck, you know? So I just feel like, really, just honestly, invasion.
Briaz was so well thought out.
You thought out this for a while.
I did. I did. I was like, at least 2 to 3 men.
Oh my god.
But if they want to be done with someone else and it's consensual and they're using protection, live their lives.
Yeah. As
I
long
don't
as it's
want to be
consensual.
a mean piece of butt. Like, just imagine all that friction from 3 men. Oh god.
It does sound a bit exhausting. Yeah.
And we only you know, some people don't like to ride the train when it's bloody, if you know what I mean. So like you come 5 to 7 days when your ready has appeared, you know, Mother Nature as they say, and now like for 3 weeks I have to be subjected to all of this pounding of such. And it just feels exhausting. Like you work a whole day, like 8 to 4, and then you got to come home and bend that thing over. And you know, some people aren't fit focused. They want to just play the novel out. You know, nobody wants to be a novella anymore. Everybody wants to be a novel. So now you're just getting done. Like it's too much. I don't like it.
This is why I love you, Brie. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I don't talk too much on this, but it's true.
You thought this through. You have a plan, and now you just need the men to make it happen. Like,
it's a fantasy. I know it's never going to happen. Like, who's going to be that specific? Not a bitch named Mammy. But like, it's fantasy.
I mean,
I haven't cried. I haven't laughed so hard that I cried in so long.
leave it to Brie.
I didn't think I was that
was
funny.
awesome.
I kept laughing, and I was like, okay.
Hilarious. It's just that it was just so well thought out in detail.
It's so detailed.
For what started out as like a random thought, it was like so
this.
yeah.
No, it wasn't. I've thought about this for some time.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I mean, to get back to the book that we're supposed to be talking about. After that discussion, let's get back to Amari and the Night Brothers.
Let's go back to the
How
middle
many
grade.
Night Brothers y'all think is involved?
I was thinking there was a whole group, obviously, I mean, there's a lot more than the Bureau knows about, because I feel like there's magicians everywhere and they don't know. But
well, they gotta hide. Like, see how
they gotta
Amari
hide.
was treated. If I saw that, I'd be like, I'm not telling a damn soul about what I am. Like, nope.
Telling nobody.
Dang, I would be like, well, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna see y'all. It's been real.
But then I did like her point towards the end, how she was, she had made a comment, and I can't remember who she was talking to, but she had said something along the lines of, like, I'm glad that I was outed in a way, just because I know the people that I'm surrounded by, like me for who I am versus for who they think I am. And I'm like, you know, that's a good point too. But at the same time, like, I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong like Amari.
And she was even saying, I think she was saying this to Magnus, like towards the end, where she was like, I've been preparing for this my entire life, because I just came from a school where I was kind of the odd one out. Everyone was mean to me there. And so I was just like, I've been fighting like this my entire life. So really, I'm ready. You know, it's like, so this isn't new to her. This is like what she's had to deal with in her old school. So, which sucks. I'm glad that she found the friends that she did, even though Dylan was a liar, McLiar pants. It's fine. He was still kind of like a good friend to her at the time, before we realized that he was a betrayer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really also did not like this Van Helsing character. He could just leave. He was rude. He was like this. She is a little girl, and you're talking to her like this, and you just want to fail her. Like he was the only one that failed her, the only one.
Giving
When
us
she was doing
very
her
much
test.
Snape vibes, but we don't know.
And she couldn't even walk 2 steps without him being like magic.
But it's very truthful
I feel
too.
that same way about a character in the Poppy Wars with like Ren, just making her life live in hell at the school. But Alicia, what were you saying?
I was just saying like how it is truthful. There are going to be certain people that just don't like you, like for no reason. There are people that are just going to be asses to you just for the sake of they don't like your face or whatever.
Yeah,
it's more truthful than people want to admit.
Yeah.
Well, even when they were in the whole place and they were talking with Amari when they found out that she was a wizard or a magician, I should say. He was just like this Van Helsing guy. He was just going on and on and on. And Magnus was like, that's enough. Like, keep your personal beliefs out of this. Like, this is a little girl. She obviously hasn't done evil yet. Like, yeah, there are evil magicians out there, but she literally just got here. She learned she was magical 5 seconds ago. Like, give her a break. She doesn't know how to do things. Like, he was like blaming her for all like the hybrid stuff that were attacking. I'm like, you need to relax. She just got here.
Like, she can't even turn on a light bulb. Like, you think that she created all these people?
I know.
She was just pretending.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like you really think like she just created all these hybrids and is just sneaking into the bureau. Listen. I mean, I guess it is easy to sneak into the bureau if you're a techno musician. I can't talk. How did you guys feel about what happened with Dylan? I was betrayed. I didn't see it coming. And honestly, I don't know how I can trust again. I don't.
I thought it would be the sister because the sister was just.
I was hoping it was the sister.
Too
I
obvious.
didn't like her.
Like,
too obvious.
You know, when she came out and she was like, it obviously wasn't her. It was an illusion of her, Maria, right? And she was like, "Oh, it's been me all this time." Ha ha ha. I'm like, makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I thought it was going to be her roommate for a little while, like in the beginning. I thought it was her roommate. I also, when there's like a secret to uncover, I just be like, everybody is a suspect, for a little while.
That's how my brain is when I'm reading cozy mysteries. But yes, go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, that was it. That was
it. Everyone's a suspect. Yeah.
So what happened to Dylan after he was caught and everything? Did I miss that part, or is he like in lockup or anything?
I don't know.
Yeah,
they just said they took care of him, didn't they?
Yeah.
But he was in a lightning cage, right?
Yeah.
That's very cryptic. Like, took care of. Like, did they kill him?
I wouldn't put it past his
that's
dad.
kind of dark.
Yeah.
I would not put it past the dad. You're right, Aaron. But yeah, they were just kind of telling Amari what happened because she checked out. She was like, that's a lot of power. Sleep time. But so when she woke up, she was like, yeah, we found you. You were unconscious. And then Dylan was in this like lightning cage. Like that was it. And they didn't say. And then they were like, we took care of him.
Yeah.
It's very, very suspicious.
Did you guys feel like the reunion scene between Q and Amari happened a little quickly? Like where they talked a little bit? I felt like that happened really quickly.
It was kind of
very convenient.
Yeah,
he was
a little
anticlimactic. I can't remember. He was in the hospital, right?
He was in a coma.
He's in a coma.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was Maria who was like allowing them the ability to talk because they held on and she has that magic. But it did seem anticlimactic, but yeah, he's in a coma. So I guess
I thought it was
he's like, I'm just dreaming that I'm fishing right now. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
What did you guys think of the world building? Loved it.
I liked it.
Loved it. Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't bogged down by the world building. The world building made sense.
Right.
It wasn't like too much of.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they really
I
didn't
like
have to
the whole,
info dump anything.
Yeah, which I
Did you guys
appreciate.
like the boogeyman? The
That
boogie
was
people?
I love the
hilarious.
boogie.
When they were like,
That is my
but
cousin
like, why do
Clyde.
you like
Or
scare
boogie
kids?
person.
Because like adults will
boogie
just turn on the
person.
light. We feed off the fear.
I love that. It was just like, well, yeah, he was kind of like scary, and he's like, you're gonna need to be a little bit more specific. Like, true.
And then Laura got in there and then was just like, "Don't you know your master?" And I was like, "I'm gonna strangle you in your sleep, lady."
Strangle.
That's how I
Yes.
felt.
And or this world's magic system. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the magic system. I feel like we aren't really supposed to know that much by the end of book one because Amari doesn't know that much by the end of book one. She's still very much learning. She like zero supernatural, history before she was just nominated to go into the bureau by her brother. So she's very much learning, and we're learning along with her because it's from her point of view.
I loved the elevators. And then
The
at the one
elevators
point
were
they're like,
great.
"We're in an emergency
I know.
lockdown." My like personality chip was shut off. I was like, "Oh, sad
The one that was
day."
therapy.
Yeah.
I like how she did in the end become like superpower, like where she had everything together. Like
Yeah.
she
Right.
was like confident and getting better and better and better. But she wasn't like from 0 to 100. Like I know everything
Yeah.
about
Mhm.
magic. Like you can still tell like she's still learning. So I was like,
She's
oh,
still
wait.
learning, but then even with her big like power show at the end, that was still a lot of magic for her. So it kind of made sense
Mhm.
that she would like pass out from that because she
Mhm.
just like, yeah, she's learning and she is very powerful. She has a lot of potential. That's why she got the Moonstone badge. But it's like she still can't handle it, even though she is capable of all that power. So that does make sense that she, went 99.
It was like body overload.
Yeah, for sure. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm just going through my post-its just to see what we haven't talked about, but we're pretty much covering a lot. So
I think Laura's going to become a good friend in book 2 or later. At some point,
Yeah.
they're gonna
I
be
think so.
they're gonna be pretty thick as thieves. I think.
I have a problem with forgiving people. So
But that would be a good arc. I could see that. That would be a good arc.
But
Maybe
like,
you're like friends with Jaden or something when he comes into the fold a little bit more.
yeah. But I have to
thank you,
give
Pat. Thank you.
the author credit. He made you hate a 12-year-old.
Oh yeah.
Like, like
Hated
how
her
many
a lot.
people can make it believable of whoever was reading this book hating a 12-year-old?
That's not exactly a hard thing. You know some 12-year-olds there.
I know.
Aaron's like, as a
Yeah.
father, I can tell you that it's not very difficult.
Listen, my favorite
Just read
TikToks
Wonder
is when-
by RJ Palacio.
My favorite TikToks is when they're like these parents who are like going into their room to hide from their 11-year-old, 12-year-old kids, and they're like, "Fuck them kids."
Yeah. Actually, another book made me really hate a 8-year-old, Muse of Nightmares by Leonie Taylor. Strange the Dreamer is the first book, so Muse of Nightmares
I'm reading
is the
that
second
too.
book. Yeah, I mean, like, she's like a god or she's like a deity, but she's like an 8-year-old. So she has like all this power, but in this like little body and not very good, skills, thinking skills in an 8-year-old with all this power. So yeah, I definitely know what it's like to want to drop kick an 8-year-old. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh,
But a lot of the times when you actually meet those kids, you have to blame the parents because that means there's nothing.
Honestly,
Has
not
anyone read
surprising
Wonder
how.
by
Yes.
RJ Palacio?
Mhm.
No.
And did you read the short stories
I didn't.
that she wrote
know.
afterwards?
Mm-mm.
She wrote one for the bully, for the
Oh.
bully's kids and his parents. I was like, this is what all parents need to read. Like, it stems from the parents.
90%.
Like, it was such a good novella. I was like, dang. I was like, I wish she wrote more. I don't think she hasn't written that much more.
Well, yeah, like knowing how Van Helsing is, like, yeah, I absolutely believe his daughter's a little
And
dick.
Laura's like
I
that.
totally
Yeah.
believe it. Totally.
Oh my gosh, that one time when she used that one spell against her and it was just her dad's like total disappointment. I felt for her because that's one of the things that always gets me. It's never like when I was a child, it was never being speaking. It was always, I'm disappointed in you. And I was just like,
that was always, yep.
It's so much worse because it was like the personal guilt I put on myself on top of knowing that they were like disappointed. I didn't do them well. I'm just like, I should just end myself right now. It's okay. Like, there's no point in me going on. Like, I'm no longer good in society.
No, Jen.
No, Jen.
Well, what does it say about me that I still think about it? I'm like, wait, I'm in my 30s. Why do I even, like, I have that weird, because I am the oldest, so I have that weird, like, push-pull of, I'm in my 30s, but yet I don't want my dad to be pissed at me.
Well, and you can be disappointed in your parents when you're an adult too. So
you'll
be disappointed right back at them.
So you're like, I'm disappointed in you, parents.
Exactly. It's like now that you're an adult, you're like, remember that time you let me drink a beer when I was 6? What? Like what?
Or when you find out your parents did worse things than you did and you got in so much more trouble than they did.
Yeah.
And you're like, but I only did this and you did this, and this. Like, what?
We lived in a different time. That was when I walked uphill barefoot in the snow during a blizzard with a tsunami on the way.
You live in my parents' head because everything you're saying is exactly what my parents tell me. I'm like,
my dad legit said that exactly. Like, I had to walk to school uphill both ways in a blizzard. I'm like, okay, well, you went to Glendale High School.
Without shoes.
It did snow.
Kids nowadays can be like, I didn't even go to school because of COVID. Couldn't go outside and breathe the air because you died.
I didn't go outside and breathe fresh air because it wasn't fresh because COVID. It's terrible. Oh my gosh. Sorry, still going through my post-it notes, but yeah, we pretty much we talked about it.
We did some good.
The book was
I like
really
the
good.
right in the beginning when she read the letter and it said, wear this ugly suit, and she was like, but why? And then he was like, well, that's an awesome suit. And it was
that's what got her in. I'm like,
yeah. I think it was like 2 chapters later when he pulls the head out of his jacket and she goes, where'd you come from? My office. I'm sleeping in there, but my head's in here, or whatever it was.
It's like my other parts of my body are taking a well-deserved nap. I'm like, dang.
I wish I could do that.
I felt that one really hard.
What would your enhanced power be? Like if they took what you're gifted at and they added a little magic and you got like this enhanced power, what would it be? Jen, go.
I have no idea. Numbers.
How did I know you're gonna be like?
Hey, but in Jen's defense, Nicole, you didn't answer your own question.
There you go.
I
didn't answer
Here you go, Jen. You're like, here you go, Jen.
I have to let my co-host go first. I'm not rude.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm good at. At work, I'm really good at billing. So if there's like a way that I could be an accountant, maybe I would excel really well there.
You can
a magical accountant.
Finances. Amazing.
Oh.
Okay,
I'm not good at social media, so that's not my forte. Sorry, everyone on Instagram.
No one said that.
I said that, Nicole. I did.
As long as you said it.
Well, you answer me when I'm having like a meltdown and freaking out, though.
Okay. You seem to do it right at the perfect time that I'm online, though, which is good. Because otherwise, if you were to send something like random, I'm really bad. If you want to get in touch with me, it's got to be Facebook Messenger because I at least check that semi-regularly.
Oh, it was so funny. You were on that when after my 5th interview with that job, and they were like,
"Yeah, that's right.
We'll give you a call if someone else refuses to take the job." I was so.
They basically told you that like, no, we're good.
You're a backup plan.
They said that.
Thanks.
He legit said to me, the person that I gave the position to left, so we're re-interviewing you. I said, fine. And he goes, well, you're the only person that answered us back, so we're gonna see who else applies and then give you a call back later.
What?
I said, so that's a big F you, okay?
Yeah.
That's on you, sir.
5 interviews. From December till March, 5 interviews.
For the same thing?
For the same job?
No.
And it wasn't even like, it was receptionist position. It wasn't even like a higher position.
After the third interview, I'm like, what else do you need?
Like, what do you
Can
want
we
me to
just
do?
wrap this
You want
up?
me
Like,
Yeah, I did a phone interview and 4 Zoom interviews, and
oh, God,
Jeez.
no.
Oh my.
Okay, Alicia, what would your superpower be?
so in some way of reading minds, or like being able to tell someone's emotions.
Oh,
Ooh.
we're all gonna come to the next live with like aluminum foil hats, so Alicia.
Nicole, you
Oh,
just
my
said that
friends
your
always-
face tells answers first, so that's not
Well,
gonna
mine
help
does
you.
too. That's the problem. That's why I'm like always. My mom always says that you can tell what I'm thinking on my face, and I'm just like,
Yep.
I have that face that I can't hide shit, and it's
What's
so
my face
annoying.
tell on me? The ultimate betrayer. Hey, Charles.
I don't know. Okay, I'll choose a fun one. I would say ability to like look at any romance book and be able to predict and be able to know how many steamy scenes are in it.
Yes.
Grade the spice
That would be
level.
awesome.
That would be
So I
would
can
be
just go.
amazing.
So I can just like make a video and go like, I didn't read any of these books, but due to my superpower, these are all going to be 5 out of 5 steam reads. This is going to be 4. This is going to be 3. I have no one question my rating because everyone's like, yeah, that was a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's Charles. He's the authority.
That's a good
He's
superpower
the
to have.
authority on the steam.
I'm doing the work for the community.
We appreciate it. People in the comments, let us know too. Aaron, what would your superpower be?
I always wanted to have sleeping and eating be optional because it's like, I don't want to have to put this book down because I'm hungry or I'm too tired to stay awake. That's, I know it's weird, you know, like I
get it.
I don't do
sleeping.
meth, I swear, but
Could you imagine if sleeping and eating were optional though?
I mean, how
I'd
you
be a
get
lot
so
skinnier.
many more hours in the day.
So many more hours.
I would be a lot skinnier if eating was optional.
No, I need my sleep. Don't take away my sleep from me.
I would
But
hate for
you're-
it to be optional because we live in a capitalistic society and we will be ran dry.
That's true.
True.
They're like, oh, you don't need to
That's
sleep.
true.
You need to be at work 24/7.
Right.
Yeah. Getting weekends off or Saturday, Sunday being off? No, sorry. 7 days a week.
Yeah, this whole
Even kids have to go to
working,
school 7 days a week.
this whole working 5 days and off 2. Who invented that? I just want to talk for a second because
Well, that was a good deal when it came out.
It's really not okay.
Yeah.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
hate it here.
That's why I want to move to France. They made it a law in France that you can't receive or answer emails that are work related after 5 p.m. I'm like, that's awesome.
Mhm.
So moving to
Like
France.
they made it
got
a law. Like you get fined if you answer an email past 5 p.m.
Yeah, as a work at home contractor, I would love that.
Yeah, my dad's the same way, and I'm just like, he's getting calls at like 4 a.m, and I'm like, then why?
First off, people are rude sending him some shit at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's just
Yeah.
And that's what, yeah. And he even told me, he's like, yeah, that you don't need to talk to me. You need to talk to this person. And you called me at home for this? Like, why?
Yeah,
It's 4 a.m. Why?
my husband, he owns his own business, so he talks to customers. I feel like 24/7. Like it'll be a Sunday, the Lord's day of rest, and they're calling him at like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, you guys, like literally, just wait till Monday. Just wait.
not the Lord's Day, right?
Unless it's like an emergency and someone's like house is flooding or something, like you know, it's like an emergency.
Even if it was flooding, they got clothes and towels and things. Throw that shit on there into a couple hours. God, I've survived Katrina and made it out. No, I'm you know.
Yeah.
I tell my dad to just put it on Do Not Disturb so they'll actually talk to the person they're supposed to.
That's true. Bree, what would your superpower be?
That was not a fart. That was my lips. I will redo it to vindicate myself. I don't know. What would it be? We can't pass.
I feel
Well, you
like
can make Nicole go. And then
I think you
think about
can.
it.
Nicole hasn't answered the question.
Yeah.
I feel like your
Pass.
superpower would be like your affinity to plants.
Mhm.
So it'd
I
be
could see
something
that.
where like you can make anything grow out of anything. You'd have like this nature superpower, I feel like.
I do got some plants. As you can see in this corner, I ain't cut on the light because it looks pretty terrible. But I was in the middle of filming how I water my plants in my situation. And the battery said it's going to die. So now I have to wait. Some bullshit. But whatever.
You'll be like that sister that's in Encanto, the one that makes all the flowers. And from Encanto, I forget her name, but she makes all the flowers and makes everything pretty.
That would
Oh,
be me for
Summer's.
sure. I would like that. I wouldn't like the pressure of having to be perfect all the time because I would crumble. But everything else, I would be here for it.
I love Shomo's answer here. Bree gives love to everyone. That's 100% true. Like Bree
Yes,
would
she
be
does.
like a professional hype woman, like hype person. You hype people like nobody's business. I love it.
I think that would
sometimes she'll
be
just-
mine.
What'd you say?
Me or Brie?
Bree.
Okay.
I think that would be mine because I oftentimes people tell me I'm always hyping them up. Like
You do.
I stay hyping my sister up. Like she had on a red dress for her birthday. And I was like, yes, it's giving me edges. It's giving ass. It's giving lips. It's giving, I wish a bitch would. Yes.
Oh my god.
You know, she turned 43. I gotta hype her up.
Gina, right? I feel like me and Gina we're here, you know, with plants. Absolutely. But Alicia, what were you saying?
And you're also very good at like sensing people. Sometimes she'll message me and be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I haven't even told anybody something's going on, but she feels it somehow. Sometimes.
The empathic
People
ability.
Tell me that. People do tell me that.
I don't mean that in a bad way either, but like every once in a while you'll check in and I'll be like, yeah, something is.
Yeah.
You know, something is wrong.
Yesterday, I was thinking about my little sister best friend, who I've only met one time. And I was like, tell your best friend that, you know, whatever happens in life, she's going to be okay because she's a bad bitch. Period. And my little sister was like, what? Okay, I'll tell her. And she was like, oh, she was crying today and having some like self-esteem things. And I didn't know. Someone was like, text her and tell her, no matter what's going down, you still the baddest. Period. That's you. So, well, thank y'all. Nicole, you try
Gina
to
says Gina says maybe psychology, just knowing exactly how to help everyone by touch. That's actually really amazing. My superpower, if I had a superpower, I'd be able to go red.
And you remember all the
that's
names.
already your superpower.
Yeah, don't you
If I
do
could
that?
read by osmosis, I would love it. And remember names. Oh
Because
my
your
God.
biggest thing is always never remembering the names, and you always say how you wish you could.
Yeah.
Never remembering names. I would love it. Red. Oh, I would read so
You would be
much.
like a super booktuber. You'd be like, okay, watch
She
me
already
read 30
is.
books in 1 minute.
Like
Red.
300.
Red.
I'll give you a review right now. I read 500 books this month.
Yeah. 10,000 book Goodreads goal.
2,000. I just feel like, I mean, I've said this before, but I just feel like as much as you read and how diversely you read, I don't get that why you don't have 1 million subscribers. Like the shit will never make sense to me. I'm just like, huh? But it goes to show that a white woman ain't getting thousands of subscribers. It's because you're reading too many brown folks. Now if you go and just read a bunch of white folks, I bet they'll come flocking.
I couldn't do it though.
No.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
I could do it. But I just feel like, dang.
See?
No
Hype woman. Hype woman. See? Nicole finds a romance for any niche. I actually
You do.
Yeah, you do.
Without
You turned me on to
Nicole,
Katie Robert.
exactly. Without Nicole, Black Away-a-thon romance thriller section would be garbage because I just want everyone to know I contributed this much. So don't at me. All those subsection, paranormal, all that shit, that was Nicole. That was Nicole in the chat. It was not me. I had nothing to do with it. I was just hanging out.
I was going to send you like this huge list. And then I was just like, I wonder if I could edit this document. And your Black Away-a-thon document. I was like, I can. So I added a bunch.
So many. And not only did she add them, every week she was like, yeah, I read the first 5 of this author's back. I read the first 7 of this. I'm like, not you reading it too.
I gotta put my money where my mouth is, you know. I can't just recommend it and then not read it.
I know my printer hated you because every single time I would print out the list from my to tick them off, there would be like another 3 pages. I'm like, what the hell?
Straight up.
And I say that like lovingly, but my printer was like, we printed this document out like 8 times. What are you doing? And I'm like,
are you sure?
Nicole changed it.
What I will add this year, if you haven't already read, Nicole, is I just finished If You Can, the series by Christina C. Jones, and oh my god.
Yes,
It's giving romance, like mafia kind of thriller romance. I love it.
I already know it's going to be 5 stars. I love Christina C. Jones.
It was 28 stars. I was like, where are the 28? Like, it was nowhere, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I love Christina C. Jones. I'm trying to read the backlist. She has so much.
Where do you start with Christina C. Jones because she has so much?
Well, I started. Who did I start with? I started with.
Did you start with the Wright brothers? I read Getting School first, and I really like that one.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's good. I would say it depends on what kind of romance you want, because I think she writes different type of subgenres included as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. She does write like some dark, some emotional stuff, but then she writes like novella, just like straight, like to the smut kind of thing.
To the point.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into more Be Love. She's new to me, so
I want to read Be Love too. I want to really.
You told me about the Mr. Librarian.
Did you guys check out the Audio in Black website?
Audio in Black? No.
Oh, it's Alexandra House and I think someone else. They created a website where you can find Black audiobooks,
Audio in Black
and all that stuff. I think it's Audio in Black.
That's amazing.
Yeah, audioinblack.com.
Huh. Can you send that link in the private chat?
Yes.
Because I think I got a little drunk and blanked on what you said. So I'm
That's so funny. What was my first Christina C. Jones? This is gonna make me mad.
I don't remember what my first was, but I'm gonna tell you that If You Can series owes me nothing. Not
the one that a lot of people are recommending me. I can't remember the name, but it's the one where the couple's getting divorced and the husband kidnaps the wife.
That sounds very interesting.
3 of us were like,
what?
Right? What? I remember. It was part of her Vegas series. That I remember. It was part
of the that novella series?
Yes. I don't know which one it was, but I remember it was part of the Vegas Nights or Vegas something series.
That sounds wonderful. I'm not saying that anybody should get taken, but I think depending on how it's being presented, there could be a juicing of juices flowing due to the situation.
Things could get more.
But does she do it right? Is my question, because that can be a very gray area of.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Christina comes. I don't think she don't do the Lord's work.
Because it's not one of those that you're just like, that doesn't work, but she makes it work somehow.
Yeah, there was an author I started reading, but I don't like her stuff. So I stopped reading it. Maya Banks. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of hers.
Yeah, I read a couple of her stuff on the low. I need to stop reading romances on the low and put them on my Goodreads. I just consume them. Huh?
Make them count. What
I just consume them, and then they're like out of my brain. I'm like, okay, bye.
Well, it was the same with the 50 Shades of Grey series when I was like 18. I was like, I don't want to admit that I read these.
Do it. The pages count.
Yeah,
Bree, what Maya Banks have you read? Because I've read some Maya Banks, and I enjoy Maya Banks.
It was I've read 3. One was called Stay Something.
Okay.
I'll have to
Stay with me.
Yeah, now that I've got Kindle Unlimited, clearly I don't know how to act. So I have to look on what I got, because the shit that I got downloaded and that I'm reading, I'm also reading the Reintervention of Rose. I really like that series too. That's by Christina C. Jones. So that's my first series. Sorry. That was the first series I finished.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. It's 3 books. Let me check this Kindle.
I think my first Christina C. Jones was the Sweet Heat series. But yeah, those were like the novellas, and the third one was the Christmas romance. It was like forced proximity, like they're locked in a cabin together. Like, yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
I always like to read novellas if it's an author I haven't read before, to see their like.
I prefer novellas. I'm thinking. Yeah. I feel like I feel like romance I can't handle if it's not a novella for some reason.
Because a lot of them that are coming out now are like 400 and 500 pages, and you're like, but why?
And they're contemporary. Yeah. It's
like there's no need
to spend 500 pages in this world that I live in.
Right. I'm
gonna totally out myself, but I don't understand the appeal of Mariana Zapata. Sorry.
Yeah.
Now wait a second.
Hold up. That went a little bit too far, Alicia. That went a little bit too far. Let's rewind a little bit right now.
It's like the last 2% of the book. And
it's slow burn though.
Like, no,
it's so slow burn. It is, but
that's a crawl. That's not a slow burn.
Did you read From Luke Off with Love? That's my favorite.
I haven't read that.
I read Winnipeg and Me, and I hated it.
I can see that. I didn't like
Winnipeg and Me.
I didn't like that one either.
You didn't like that one either?
Okay, it's my least favorite.
I was like,
It's my least favorite. I like Wait For It. Wait For It is my favorite.
I feel like the live stream is slowly coming apart, and I don't know what's happening.
Alicia, throwing arms right now with Mariana Zapata.
No.
Don't come for my slow burn queen.
Like Alexandria House is like Them Boys series. That was me all day.
Oh, I love Them Boys. I love it.
I love
contemporary romance over 250 pages? No. Like if it's a fantasy romance, sure, because there's a lot more going on. Contemporary, you don't need it.
I feel like a good length for a contemporary romance is like 200 or less.
Mariana Zapata does write really good slow burns.
I really want to try another one, but I just then I found out when the action happens, and I was like, wait, this book is like almost 700 pages. Why?
For Wall of Winnipeg and Me, yeah, it's like they don't even bang.
I was like, nothing happened.
Yeah. See, but like Mariana Zapata does slow burn well because like you can feel the chemistry. It builds. Some people do slow burn.
He was an ass. I'm sorry, I didn't even.
Where's the romance?
He was an ass.
He was a little bit of a jerk. Yeah.
Be like that.
I was like, if I'm not gonna like. And there's got to be a grovel if he's that much of an ass. There's got to be some sort of, I know I was an ass, but there's got to be some sort of reckoning knowing that they were being an ass.
Yeah. Did he not apologize?
Yeah.
I felt like he apologized.
He did apologize.
It's got to be good. Depending on how much of an ass they were.
Like, that's not enough.
It's not enough.
I hate to eat and leave, but I'm going to have to head out. But thank y'all for inviting me.
Thanks for coming, Bree.
Thank you so much for coming. Honestly, when you said that first, I didn't think you were really leaving.
Well, no. I was like, I hate to eat.
You're like, no, I'm really going. I'm really
Yeah.
going. Okay. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like I got lost here. You know, Liz.
I got lost too.
It's a Who Picked This Book Club live show. I mean, that's what happens, right?
We went on a major
We
tangent.
usually find out though, like we talk about the ending the first 10 minutes in.
There's no
Usually.
really stream of
I mean, I feel
consciousness.
personally
It's just
attacked that my Queen Amari Zapata has been like slandered in this live
Can you
show.
recommend me a good one? Because I hated that one so much. And like I was like, but
Okay.
Rhythm.
If you want like a
Rhythm, Chord, and Malikan. It's not as long, and the banging happens like 50%.
okay, I can handle that.
And I think the audiobook is somewhere in a library.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
That's
I
another
like
thing.
Wait For It. That's it
Wait
follows
for it.
I think it's a heroine in Colty. They're sibling. I
Oh.
think they're sibling.
I
No,
liked
they're
Colty too. And I felt
they're
like
cousins.
I felt like the guy in Colty was so much more of a jerk than the Wall of Winnipeg.
Oh yeah.
I just
Colty's so much more.
I don't know. I just when it comes to like guys being jerks, I'm just like, just leave. Like I'm
Just
so
leave.
I guess it's like the strong Italian in me. I'm just like, no, I don't need this crap. Like
So
there's
I
the
will
door.
never recommend you a bully romance, Alicia.
No bullies. No bully romances.
Yeah,
I
no.
tried Penelope
Yeah,
Douglas, absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm the same with boys. It's like they need to like go to therapy for 6 months and like come back and like prove for another 3 months that they actually have changed and then apologize. And that's you need to
Me and
actually
Nicole are like, yes,
perform
give
yourself.
us give us alcohol.
I know, like give me I like because that's from like the paranormal romance with like the alpha like werewolves like shifters and stuff. I'm just like, yeah, alpha holes. Like, yeah,
See,
absolutely.
maybe that explains it. I'm not into. I grew up with alcohol, but not into it in my
But I can handle it in like a paranormal aspect.
Yeah,
Like,
paranormal.
he's,
It's yeah.
He's an alpha werewolf. Yes, of course. He's going to be a jerk. And my way's the highway. But yeah, in a contemporary, I'm just like, I don't really like bully romances either. I mean, there are some that I've read and I've enjoyed. But yeah, it's
like there was one paranormal that I read. The guy turns into a bear, and it was pretty funny.
a bear.
A
Bear
bear.
shifter.
I know.
The cover is iconic.
We went from like middle grade to reverse harem with Bree, back to middle grade, and now we're talking about
Bree talking about her
romance.
reverse harem fantasy. It's awesome.
That
Just
made
imagine
my
like
night.
you had this video
cry.
sponsored, like sponsored by Disney Publishing for like children.
No, you should be sponsored by like what's that website? Adam and Eve or whatever it is. The sex toy website.
Oh, the sex toy. I was thinking like Deep Fantasies where they do like custom toys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The little slurp. That was awesome.
Yeah, no more water in here.
I know.
Lucky, yes, we did talk about the book some. Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
yeah,
book,
it's a great,
we
amazing way to circle
bring
back,
us back
Liz.
on track, Liz.
Thank you. And I like somebody was actually asking questions up here about the book. I'm like, yes, thank you for keeping us on track. Like,
yeah.
Because if not, you know what happens, obviously. But we circle back. Everything circles back here.
This was so good for my brain this week.
It was really great. I really loved it. I'm glad we read it. And I really am glad that I read it now so I don't have to wait so long. Because when I first bought this has been on my shelf. So I was just like, yeah, I'm totally going to read that. Because this looks
for your birthday?
Huh?
Didn't I buy that for you for your birthday?
I think you did. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if I did or not.
You did. So I was like, yeah, it was a while ago. Hydrate. It's empty, but I will.
But the Kickstarter Katie Robert book came that I ordered. Did yours show up yet?
No, my box has not showed up yet, and I'm very upset. Katie.
But I didn't get a full set. I just got one book. Maybe that's why.
Oh, I got the full box. Yeah. But I've seen people get their full box too. I've seen pictures on Twitter. That's okay.
I haven't posted it yet, but I got
I'm talking to her on Sunday, so I'll ask.
I know. Plug that. You, Katie, and RM.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be me and Whitney. It's gonna be on Whitney's channel. Oh, I should link it. I should link in the description box. I will. Me and Whitney, and then talking with RM and Katie Roberts. Yes, I'm very, very excited.
Nice.
We're going to be talking about all things Greek mythology in their series. And
I need to read his books.
You do?
I don't have time.
What do you mean you don't
He
have?
doesn't have audio for his, does he? RM.
Not yet. He's working on it, but it's not yet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't do the I know Scribd is like producing. I know Tasha L. Harrison has audios, but like you can only get them through Scribd. I was like,
yeah, and so is
I
Jack.
want to sign up for Scribd.
Yeah. Sign up for Scribd.
Scribd got me when Duke of, because I couldn't find the Duke the one that we're reading for Saturday, and I'm just like,
you couldn't get it on your Hoopla?
No.
Oh,
I was so pissed. I was like, everything's supposed to be on Hoopla. Like, what the heck?
What the heck?
Yeah, I did.
Aaron told me it was on Scribd. I was like, thank God.
It's on our Hoopla, me and Jen's. Sorry about that. But yeah, so our next book club live stream is going to be the late night special. It's going to be this Saturday for the Duke I Tempted, if you want to take a screenshot. That actually works perfect because the two on that side.
Oh.
Good thinking, guys. Good thinking.
No, it worked aesthetically. We were all pointing inwards and focusing everyone's visual attention.
Amazing. Okay, and then for the Uncle Rick read along, we're tomorrow on my channel. We're talking about the Dragon Pearl by Yoon Ha Lee. You want to take a screenshot? Yeah, awesome, great.
Perfect. I feel like I should go like this just because you guys are pointing at me, or do like one of these.
There you go.
I'm actually curious about.
You guys subscribe and like this video.
Yes,
Nicole is amazing.
Pinky, got it.
Even though Nicole never comes on my channel, or Aaron never comes on my channel either. But
didn't you guys do an interview with what's her name?
It's okay.
Yeah, we did a whole interview with Amanda Boucher, and that was the last time you invited me on your channel.
Okay, we'll talk.
Fair, yeah.
No,
I'm just not just gonna come on your channel. Okay, all right.
Yeah, and I'll have you on. Let's shoot for April or something. We can just shoot the shit or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm going to be there in the comments.
I have very secretive things planned. Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, anything to promote? No,
I can't say.
He's just going to tease it, I guess.
I know. Just a tease?
No.
Just a little...
I'll say it has to do with audiobooks. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
That's all I'm going to say.
Charles, I'll collab with you with anything. Just tell me, what do you want us to talk about? And we'll set it up. And we'll be on your channel. Let's do it. He needs some love. We love Charles.
We do.
Is that right?
Freaking Pinky. Freaking Pinky. Got it.
Pinky's out just means that you're excited. I can't do that.
It means you're fancy.
Nicole? That is so hard. I'm trying to think
about the only reason I didn't do it is I can't do it.
Look at this Pinky.
Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. I thought you were doing like pinkies out. I'm like, how do you do that?
I was doing pinkies out.
Oh, that's hard.
It's very.
That's what she said.
Well,
the Guinness is kicked in, guys.
It's kicked in. I heard
it. Kicked in at the beginning.
I know.
I was like, I think I kicked it like an hour ago.
Oh my god.
And then as I said, Cache and I did drop announcement videos. We were doing a Edgar Allan Poe read along.
Ooh.
And you mentioned the Chirp deal.
Yes, Chirp is
Thank you
having
for
a deal.
that. Thank you.
You can $1.99 for his complete works. So get that.
Good deal. Good deal.
It is a great deal. And I listened to the sample, and the narrator seems pretty good on that sample. So
I have short stories from a while ago, and it was narrated by Vincent Price. Not all of them, but
so yeah,
I
this
think
is
Chirp
happening.
banned me.
Chirp didn't.
I'm buying way too many audiobooks.
How can Chirp ban
They would
you?
not ban you for that. They would give you like a VIP suite.
No, because
I
like
can
I see
get
25, I'm like, okay, let me buy this whole series for like $1 each book, and I have no idea. But like let's do it for the clout.
Yeah.
I did that with Karen Slaughter. Bree told me that a Karen Slaughter book was on sale there, and they were like, "Since you like Karen Slaughter, here's her whole backlist for less than $10." Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna read these books, but like I can't. These are like such good deals.
I have so many Chirp books that I have not read.
It's thick. It's
Honestly, like Chirp is replacing Audible, so now I'm like, if I read series, I will only do it through Chirp, and I'll buy it when it's on sale. And now, like, I'm like, buy Audible.
I get those emails every day, and I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, $1.99.
You just check to see what they have.
I got all of Robin Howe's books on audio for like $15, and those things are chunky. Those books are like 900 pages. They're chunky.
All right, everyone. I think we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for coming, all my lovely, lovely co-hosts. Everyone, have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.